Let's do that song for people. How's it going, guys? It's your boy DeMoney here, and today we're gonna be reacting to Patrick CC. Why losing American Idol is better than winning. It's gonna be interesting. Now, before we start, if you wanna watch this video yourself, I put the link down below in the description, and a link to his channel down below, because he makes great content. So if you want to go subscribe and go watch this video, go ahead. Trust. I've been watching Patrick's like word back for like a long time now. But anyway, enough of all the yeah. Let's get straight into the video.
They thought winning American Idol would make them superstars, hits on the Billboard charts, fans around the world, and a long career in the music industry. But for most, it was actually harder to have a successful career after winning the competition, almost like it was a curse. Today we're going to talk about the American Idol winners who failed to become the mainstream icons they were promised to be, starting with Taylor Hicks, who won during the highest viewed, highest rated season of all time, had a #1 single on the Billboard Hot 100, but it did not secure him a superstar career. Taylor Hicks had basically none of the traditional qualities to become the next American Idol. Hicks was nearly 30 years old, even though he looked 40 due to his matted gray hair, plus that would have made him the oldest.
Like, why Patrick violated like that? Talk about, oh, he looks 40 when he's only 30. Like, bro, ain't nothing wrong with going gray a little. Hey, bro, it's fine.
Winner in the show's history at that point. He was awkward, dressed poorly, and gave off goofy divorced dad vibes. It also didn't help that Hicks wasn't even planning on trying out. He was actually evacuating Louisiana due to Hurricane Katrina and visiting family in Vegas, where American Idol was hosting auditions.
I was one of the last cab rides out of Hurricane Katrina. That's kind of how I got to American Idol. I went right to the airport and flew to Las Vegas on a whim. I got to the airport in Vegas, and my brother called and said, American Idol tryouts are in 45 minutes. So I went from the airport and I went with the backpack, and I stood in line, and everybody was asking me where my kids were that were auditioning.
When he got the chance to perform, judges Paula Abdul and Randy Jackson really liked him. Simon Cowell, who is known for being hard to please, didn't see the vision.
This is the guy who should...
Nah, but if y'all don't know about American Idol for real, Simon Cowell, he's a demon for real. Oh God. Like, that boy, Simon Cowell, he will straight say to your face, you're garbage. Get off my stage. And I don't think I have the gall to tell another person to their face, oh, yeah, you're not going to pursue your dreams if this is how you could sing or your talent is. Like, what? Simon Cowell got it, bro. He got it. I don't even, if Simon Cowell was there and I was on American Idol, you think I would want to audition? Like, it's like Chef Ramsay judging your food, you know? Back into the video. Oh.
Singing backgrounds, not in the spotlight.
But every time Taylor Hicks got to take the stage, he was eliminating the doubts in his opposers' heads. He started styling his hair to look cleaner, started dressing to actually look presentable, and remained consistent with the same soulful tone that the audience loved. He even won over Simon, who was his harshest critic throughout the season.
For me, that was so far and away your best performance ever.
However, most people looked past Taylor because they were convinced that the winner of Season 5 was going to be Chris Daughtry. Chris's epic rock covers allowed him to storm through the competition, landing him in the Final Four. But for some reason, during the Final Four, Chris Daughtry and Katharine McPhee were facing elimination because they had the least amount of votes. Even Simon Cowell thought Katharine didn't deserve to move forward. Despite everyone preying on Katharine's downfall, Chris Daughtry was the one who was eliminated, and everyone around the world was shocked. This moment and Adam Lamb.
So basically he was hoed. He was hoed out of the win. let's be real for a second. Do you think it was like a sexist thing, and they only like let her win because she was a female? Now, I'm not gonna say American Idol is sexist, but let's be for real. If it's the show's about talent, why you didn't let the most talented person by the crowd standards and y'all standards, by the way, because y'all got him this far. What was the point to let him get this far just to give it to somebody that doesn't deserve it, you know? What?
Being the runner-up were the dumbest AI moments ever. This is when I stopped watching American Idol. What made this moment even more shocking in hindsight was that this was American Idol's highest rated and most watched season in history. Season 1's winner was Kelly Clarkson. Season 4 was Carrie Underwood. Chris Daughtry was the perfect successor to those two massive superstars. So when he lost, the bottom three being Catherine McPhee, Elliot Yamin, and Taylor Hicks seemed incredibly lackluster. 36.4 million people tuned in to watch Taylor Hicks become the winner of Season 5, and he did see the benefits of winning on that massive platform. His debut single, Do I Make You Proud, secured the #1 spot on the Billboard Hot 100, which is an incredibly rare achievement that even a lot of mainstream stars will never achieve in their careers. But this song is just bad, so it dropped off the charts quickly. He also published a memoir called Heart Full of Soul after receiving a massive book deal for his story. Hicks also released his debut album the same year as his win, which reached #2 on the Billboard 200. However, even with all the hype, the book deal...
Shit, get your bag, gang. I ain't gonna lie. This nigga won and automatically started making music. He was on time, but I get it. I would too. I would American Idol, and you expect me not to use that motion I gained from that? Of course. Where I'll be posted 3 albums that year. What? If I got like I went from nobody to having a whole team behind me now? What? I'm telling you, bro, I would be out of there. What do you mean? So I get it. But just because you can make music doesn't mean you should. Just because you can put out music and it charted doesn't mean it was good. Cause let's be for real. Have you heard of this song before this video? Cause I sure haven't. Not trying to flame him or anything. But respectfully, I listen to all types of music. So if I would have came across it, I would probably give it a listen. But like me personally, I don't really care about the charts and shit. Whatever sounds good to me sounds good. But yeah.
And the chart-topping music, sales for his album didn't reach expectations. According to NBC, the disc slid down the charts. While it sold a respectable 699,000 copies, according to Nielsen's SoundScan data, it did not reach the 1 million mark, unlike all the other previous debuts from previous Idol champs. It also did not...
Did it have to reach 1 million now? It's like he's a growing artist though. I feel like 600 is not bad for your first thing, right? Well, I'm not really deep into the industry, so I don't really know how this shit works. So I guess 1 million is expected, I guess.
Register a hit song, unlike other Idol winners. Now, it might seem strange that this was considered a disappointment, as a #1 single and 699,000 copies is like a phenomenal achievement in today's world. But you have to remember that this was peak American Idol, where the expectation was that somebody was going to become a cultural superstar. So based on his performance, the label dropped him immediately. Chris Daughtry, on the other hand, has been struggled to meet the sales Arista Records hoped for, Chris had formed a band after his own last name, Daughtry, releasing their first album in 2007. The combination of much better music and a little bit of an underdog story after losing the competition, Daughtry's debut album was the fastest selling rock debut album in SoundScan history. The record was nominated for 4 Grammy Awards and won 4 American Music Awards, alongside 7 Billboard Music Awards, including Album of the Year. They had 2 singles, Home and It's Not Over, reached the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 and are far more memorable and recognizable despite technically seeing a lower chart position than Taylor Hicks's #1 single. From there, Daughtry's subsequent albums...
See, that's proof right there that the charts don't really matter. Like, yeah, it shows that a lot of people listened, yeah, but at the same time, that doesn't matter, you know? There's still some amazing songs that just didn't hit the top of the charts for real, which is fine. Listen, I listened to whole albums that people think flopped, you know? So it's not really about, oh, I topped the charts. I was #1 on the Billboard. Like, are you Drake? Are you Kendrick? You know? Like, topping the charts as a new artist can be looked at as a one-hit wonder or luck, you know?
This Town, Break the Spell, and Baptized have all gone platinum, with Cage to Rattle going certified gold. In 2021, the band released their record Dearly Beloved, with singles World on Fire, Heavy as the Crown, and Changes Are Coming all cracking the top 10. Even their more recent work, like their song The Dam, is a fan favorite, reaching almost 4 million views on YouTube. Whenever Daughtry fans look back on what happened in Season 5, they can't help but laugh. Chris's success after losing the show has been so massive that it's led many to forget who Taylor Hicks was in the first place. Fast forward to now, Chris Daughtry is a superstar and Taylor Hicks is, wait, who's Taylor Hicks? Today, when Chris looks back on the show,
Damn. They don't even know who he is no more? That's messed up, bruh. Damn. So he worked all that hard, won the shit, made an album, some music and all that. Niggas still don't even know who he is. And he was the winner. And the crazy part is, like, I don't know him. You don't know him. So it don't really... Well, you probably do. Let me know down in the comments if you heard of him before. But the likeliest chances of you hearing about this American Idol winner, slim to none, gang. Let's be for real. Like, who's really watching American Idol if you're not over 35? Not judging if you are when you're younger, but I feel like our generation, Gen Z, is not watching like American Idol. Like, that's a early 2000s type of thing, you know?
He always seems pretty indifferent about the whole thing. When asked about whether or not he secretly wishes that he won American Idol, he says, no, I don't know how it could have gotten any better. We sold almost 6 million records, so I'm not sure where the title makes that any better. Unfortunately for Taylor Hicks, he will always be remembered as the first American Idol contestant to fade almost immediately after the show was over. He never had another platinum or gold album. He never charted again. He currently sits at 19,000 monthly listeners on Spotify and 25,000 followers on Instagram. He still does seem to do music full time though, playing small shows, primarily performing cover songs. But because of this, he often stands as the primary example for how winning the show can sometimes be less of a gift and more of a curse, which is definitely true for Chris Allen, whose victory is so controversial that it arguably helped the career of someone he beat. But his win also made American Idol viewers question if the singing competition was fair or if the voting system was even real. During season 8, Chris Allen...
If you ask me, I don't think none of these type of shows are real, for real. Like, I'm not gonna say they're rigged, but, like, just be for real, they tilted more towards a person that they want to win, you know? They not picking these people for no reason. Like, they have a planned out story for these people already. Like, we all know this already. It's almost like wrestling, just without the actual, like, acting part of it, you know? Because, like, these people could actually be talented, which, you know, it shows when they singing, whatever they was doing, you know, it shows. But at the same time, it's like, Is it rigged? You know, is it a possibility that somebody talent got wasted because you had a planned out storyline for this one person to win the whole shit? You know, and that's how situations like this happen, where you have a worse career than somebody that probably had actual talent that lost. Let's get back into the video though. I'm not trying to make this video like an hour long. Only 6 minutes in. Let's lock in.
Had the perfect strategy to actually gain real fans of his personal artistry through the show. Because you have to remember that American Idol contestants are not performing original music.
My fault. That was my little brother, bro. Never mind him. But let's lock in though.
They're doing covers of already famous, well-known, and well-loved songs. So there's always this subconscious comparison going on where the viewer is comparing their version of a song to the song that they love. So it's like, yeah, they could do a good job, but you could also be like, yeah, it was cool, but like, I like the original better. And that kind of warps your perspective of like how talented or untalented this person can be. But ironically, that's what an artist is supposed to do to gain real fans, right? Like they want to develop their own unique sound, unique style. So while a lot of previous American Idol contestants were these objectively talented and technically proficient singers, Chris Allen would transform pop songs and ballads into a piece with an original tone resembling his own folky style, something that was much closer to how his personal music sounded. Chris had this personable demeanor and never appeared to be cocky about how well he performed on stage. However, the judges felt like he had been relying too heavily on his guitar to compensate for weaker vocals. So in an attempt to prove them wrong, he performed without an instrument, singing Bob Dylan's Make You Feel My Love, which got him a standing ovation from the audience and a ton of compliments from Simon Cowell.
That, in a way, probably is the first time I've actually heard you perform where I genuinely am beginning to think you've actually got a shot at doing really well at this competition.
With all the praise...
Simon fuck, I can't say his fucking name. I just literally said it earlier. Simon Cowell's glaze is great though. But it's for real, like you seen all the that tracks though? You know, oh, he can't sing without a guitar. He did it though, right? At least for real. We didn't even get into the part where there's somebody else that did better than him. You know? But to get Simon Cowell's approval though, that's very hard to do. I give him his props.
This was becoming a dream come true for Chris, but there was one massive problem standing in his way: Adam Lambert. Adam wasn't just good, he was a rock star. Week after week, he delivered electrifying performances that blew everyone else off the stage. His presence felt unstoppable, which can be perfectly summarized through a short clip of him performing I Can't Get No Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones. This guy is not in competition. He was having his...
Oh my god. Oh my god. That run was crazy. Oh my god. And by the way, that's sound even more crazy because I got headphones in. That was great. I'm surprised he didn't win. What? Oh my god.
Concert every week. When it came to American Idol, this made for some amazing television. Adam was an unorthodox performer who was extremely eccentric and loud, while Chris was considered the laid-back, humble guy you'd love to have a beer with. They even had them live in the same room while taping the season, where Lambert had nothing but positive things to say about Chris.
Oh, that'd be wifey. That'd be wifey.
Fans appreciated the relationship that the two cultivated throughout the show, and when it came down to just them two in the final, fans didn't want to see either of them go.
Do you think you will? You think you'll take that title tomorrow night? Me and Adam, we said we weren't competing. We're just coming out to give a good show tonight. So
And in the end, Chris Allen was voted to be the season 8 winner. But unfortunately, the biggest scandal in American Idol history was about to haunt Chris's path to success forever. In case you're unaware of the American Idol format, a big part of what made the show so exciting was the ability to vote for your favorite performer. After each song, a phone number would be presented to the live crowd and viewers at home. AT&T was the largest corporate sponsor and set up the gateway for fans to be able to send a text message to an abbreviated number, such as Idols 01, so the viewers determined who moved forward throughout the competition. They also had the ability to call a phone number to vote or vote online. However, every single year there were claims that the votes were unfair or possibly rigged. During the night of the
obviously. Okay, you know how easy it is to rig that type of shit? Just have some people that the organization knows, have a few of them call up and say, oh, I think he won. A few hundred, like, let's be for real. Like, you don't think that they have like a hundred or 200 people just in a background, just ready to rig the shit? I wouldn't put it past them, I wouldn't put it past them. Like, I think, again, I'm not trying to say American Idol is a rigged platform for real, because at the end of the day, it's entertainment. There is going to be some fake moments. There's there to entertain, but the fact of the matter is, why give the win to somebody that we all know is not as talented as the person that should have won, Now, it's not about that, because at the end of the day, it seemed like in these situations, the person that was more talented and the person that did won had a better career either way. So, yeah, American Idol might have pushed their career a little more, but either way, they was going to get to that level one way or another,
In a finale, when Chris Allen faced off with Adam Lambert, a watch party was organized where up to 2,000 people attended. According to the New York Times, the AT&T employees gave instructions to partygoers on how to send power texts, at least 10 messages with just one click. Rules allow for only AT&T subscribers to text vote. Basically, the AT&T employees at this party taught the attendees how they could vote for Chris 10 times with the press of one button, expanding their reach and essentially cheating so Chris could win. Bobby Kierna, one of the 2,000 guests who attended one of the events, told reporters that she had voted for Allen 10,840 times in the AT&T texting zone that had been set up there. When asked for a comment, AT&T...
All right, bro. Come on, bro. How do you have that much time to do that? Ain't the time to do this like they give you like 5 minutes and then they announce the winner? How did you have time to vote for him 10,000 times? What? That's just can't be possible. Unless she was straight up spamming that 10x, that 10x, that 10x, back to back to back to back. But still, that means she already had this shit. So this shit was rigged for the jump. Damn. What?
He replied that they got caught up in the enthusiasm of rooting for their hometown contestant. They brought a small number of demo phones with them and provided texting tutorials to those who were interested. Despite literally admitting to cheating, they also tried to reassure that this activity did not impact the outcome because it was quite a leap to suggest that a few individuals could have impacted the final results. The television network Fox...
What do you mean, bruh? There's literally... Patrick just told us that there was somebody that could have leaned it all the way there. She voted 10,000 times. You know how much 10,000, say, let's put that in perspective. Imagine 10,000 people in one place. Gang, that's a lot of people. And she did that all herself. And you think that's not weighing in on the votes? What? making it almost impossible for the other guy to win because of that 10x voting thing that y'all was teaching them. Like, what?
That they were absolutely certain that the results of the competition are fair, accurate, and verified. This scandal would forever be known as Textgate, and to fans, Adam Lambert got screwed out of the victory. Chris Allen later responded to the scandal saying, "I think it could have gone either way, and America couldn't have gotten it wrong. I never watched American Idol, and even I was..."
Okay, bro. Like, PR like shit, gang. Like, just tell it how it is. It's like, it's easy to do. Just tell it how it is. You know that the other guy was supposed to win. You know? Just be straight up about it and be like, it was rigged and cheating. Next time you find better ways to vote, so it will be more fair. You just gonna say it would have gone either way, and America wouldn't be wrong. It's really not even on America's fault for real, because if you give somebody a chance to cheat, let's be for real, 9 times out of 10 they gonna cheat. You know, so that I say that's on AT&T's for giving them the text training on the 10x. You know.
Mad that he lost. I don't think Adam really cares about the fact that he lost American Idol anyway. He's become way more successful than Chris Allen. Chris did have a strong start after winning the competition. His debut single, Live Like We're Dying, peaked at number 18 on the Billboard Hot 100 and achieved platinum status with almost 2 million combined sales. It's more than most artists could ever dream of. But regardless of the Idol win and successful single, his self-titled album only sold about 80,000 copies, and the lackluster sales performance caused him to suffer the same fate as Taylor Hicks, fading into irrelevance. Meanwhile, Adam Lambert, who lost the competition, is still a worldwide success. He has well over 1 billion streams on all platforms, holds 2 million monthly listeners on Spotify, and has done the seemingly impossible job of standing in for Freddie Mercury as the frontman of Queen, which is one of the most legendary bands.
Yeah, he got it. He was in a front man of a band. Yeah, he got it. But at that point, he didn't even need American Idol then. Like, what? And then the fact they hold him and he did better without him shows the amount of dedication he had, you know?
In rock and roll history, and while he is no Freddie, he is still damn good. These days, Chris Allen avoids questions about Textgate altogether, but he personally admits that his own career has had its ups and downs.
I think those people that started out with me then and then have come through the journey, I know who they are, their faces. I won't say a lot of their names, but I know some of their names. And they mean the world because they've gone through the journey with me and gone through like ups, downs, hard times, playing shows for 15,000 people and then also playing shows for 15 people. And those people mean the world. And I would say they've always been there.
Chris Allen is also commonly associated with the white guys with guitars trend that plagued American Idol, because the winners
oh my god, bro. That was at a time. If you seen somebody with a guitar, like, there's a chance that they was gonna win at that point. Like, it was almost like having a guitar and being able to be decent at singing was a cheat code to win American Idol, which was just not fair. There was much more talented people that could actually use their voice to make some beautiful music, or like, you know, magic, all types of shit, you know, and they was giving it to people that's a little above average singing and know how to play guitar. Like, gang, it was like, bro, niggas should have known from then that this shit was possibly rigged. Cause, like, how can that slip through the cracks for all these years, you know?
Season 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 were all white guys who played guitar. Now, the
You see?
have with that is letting contestants play instruments allowed artists with average voices to move up in the final rounds, while objectively better vocalists unfairly lost. It could be safe to assume that after 5 seasons of repetition that American Idol producers wanted a different winner due to diversity or just simply being tired of the predictable outcome. Candice Glover finally broke the WGWG rhythm, and she seemed to have everything going good for her, but made one crucial mistake that took her out of the spotlight. Candice Glover refused to give up on the American Idol dream. She auditioned several times over the course of 4 years, experiencing 2 extremely tough losses. For example, when auditioning for the 9th season, Glover forgot the lyrics to her chosen song, Chasing Pavements by Adele. The response from Simon Cowell was brutal. He actually called her nothing more than a lounge singer before sending her home, but Candice appeared to handle it with grace.
See, I told y'all, that nigga's a lounge singer? Damn. That's crazy. Lounge singer is outrageous.
Nobody likes to hear anything like that. Like, nobody likes to hear, like, well, you're not going to be this or you're not going to be that. And at the time, you know, he was Simon, so I just kind of went with it. I was like, okay, well, if Simon said it, then. But after a while, I was like, no, I can't just, you know, stop there. And so that's why I skipped a year and took a year off to kind of get myself together, came back again.
Unfortunately, Candice missed the cut once again in Las Vegas for the 11th season, in a moment where she was visibly crushed. However, she spent that time thinking about what she was doing wrong, and she started to believe that she just wasn't being her true self.
Because last year I didn't really know who I wanted to be as an artist. But this year I'm coming back completely being Candice, and I want everyone to see what I do, not what I think everyone else wants.
And this again highlights one of the main fundamental flaws with American Idol.
By the way, if you see me yawning in the background, don't worry about me. I'm recording this mad early, so just don't worry about me. Let's lock in on the video. Don't worry about me. It's like I'm feeling this 8 o'clock in the morning right now. Y'all might get this later, but I'm just letting y'all know, if y'all see me yawning a lot, it's literally because I just woke up like an hour ago. So, you know, give me grace.
Contestants aren't performing their own music. They're performing other people's songs. Week after week, they're judged on how well they can imitate greatness or put a slightly unique spin on it, not create it. It's easy for audiences to recognize a powerful voice or a flawless performance, but it's nearly impossible to fall in love with an artist when you've never heard their original work. But there was no denying that Candice was technically talented, and during season 12, she finally got a real shot to perform on the big stage. Her cover of Love Song by The Cure made such an impression on the judges that Keith Urban started bowing, and Mariah Carey walked up to her and dropped the mic for her, which is one of the biggest compliments she could have got. However, after becoming the season 12 winner, Candice made a
Nah, that's honorable, bruh. Mariah Carey's dropping your mic? And we know Mariah Carey. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that's Mariah Carey. Like, word. Been making hits since the early 2000s. Like, she's a real life giant when it comes to this industry shit. So to get praise from her, yeah, you got it. Like, you out. You know?
key strategic decision that destroyed her chances at becoming a household name. Normally, after a contestant wins, it's a priority to get an album out as soon as possible. Now imagine this pressure for a minute. Every week, you are preparing a new performance to compete on a show that is broadcast to tens of millions of people, and you have to use whatever free time you have to write, perform, produce, and record an entire album hoping that you win, and then market that album to those millions of potential fans. Candice was was seemingly more prepared than ever, as she was actually the first American Idol winner to put her debut album, Music Speaks, and her single, I Am Beautiful, available for early pre-order. That way, if people happened to search her up during American Idol tapings, they could actually purchase her work in advance. The season 12 finale took place on May 16, 2013, and Candice Glover was announced the winner. After the big win, these artists will get some talk show interviews and a ton of press to roll out their project. 2 months after the win, when it came time to release her album in July, Candice's work wasn't ready, causing her and her label to push the date to October. But when that came...
If you was able to have it on pre-saves already, I would think that the album is like done, right? Am I tweaking? Like I said earlier, I don't really know how this industry work, but like say if, because y'all know I made music before, but say like I'm actually with a label and shit, right? I wouldn't want them to put out pre-saves for my album if the album's not even close to being done, you know? I feel like it only makes sense that way. Like you don't ever want to push back the art from the people that's there waiting, you know? They there waiting in bated breath, waiting for you. When you had them hype at the pre-save, you know?
It still wasn't ready, so then they pushed it back again to February the next year, delaying the album about a total of 9.
The next year? You had a pre-save ready before you even won. And then they gotta wait a whole year after you won to get an album? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeesh.
Months after the competition. Even for an already established artist, pushing back an album nearly 1 year will kill all hype and excitement. But for a recent American Idol winner, this was arguably a death sentence for a prominent career. When Music Speaks was finally released, it had a decent chart performance, but it was only temporary. To make matters worse, Glover told NBC News in 2017 that because of a miscommunication between the singer's label and iTunes, everybody that pre-ordered her album the night of her win got a blank album to their phones. She added that because of the mishap, people missed out on the opportunity to get her actual album when it did come out the following year. She did not
Oh nah, they hold her game. Yeah, like bro, the whole situation is fucked, bro. What do you mean they got a blank file when they pre-save? What? I went on my way to buy this shit and then there's nothing on it? And then when the album do come out, I can't even listen to it? Yo.
appearing on American Idol, but the music that was released following her win was not her creative vision. The singer even took a break after the release, embarrassed by a flop that she felt was completely out of her control, going dark on social media. That definitely affected me, and by me not really posting on social media and stuff, definitely when you're not letting people know what you do every day, you kind of lose that audience. And all of this highlights the key problem with American Idol. When you win, there's no slow climb to the top, no small failures along the way to learn from. You go from being on a singing competition where you have to perform other people's songs to instantly being in that same mainstream limelight, but now it's your music that you have to present to the world. And even if you stumble or have a small mishap, your expectation to these millions of people is that you're polished, you're ready to go. You won American Idol, right? You have everything in order, you have everything in check, so there should be no stumble, no mishap, no mistakes. But unfortunately, that's just not reality. The same people who crowned you a superstar will just shrug and move on to the next season's winner. Candice did not fit.
And that's the harsh reality of it. Like, with these American Idol winners, they don't have time to grow that fan base, you know? So they appreciate the music more. With them, they just, after the American Idol win, they just thrown into fame, you know? And then they don't have time to think about what they're gonna do with it. They just gotta throw something out there. I would be stressed too. Say, I win something, and I immediately got labels behind me, managers behind me, da da da. When before all I had was me, you know. Like, how am I going from only having me, then having the managers, having all this responsibility now, I have to post this album. So for the hype dies from America, I wouldn't be able to do it, you know? I'd be stressed the fuck out.
Because she lacked talent, American Idol doesn't teach you how to grow as an artist. It throws you on the top of the mountain and expects you to already know how to breathe. And despite not becoming a household name, Candace shared that the experience still allowed her to do some pretty cool things in the entertainment industry.
I perform all the time, mostly overseas. I travel. Performing is my favorite thing ever to do. And so after I put out my album and did Broadway for a little while, I got to work with Hallmark on a few Christmas movies, actually. But yeah, it definitely changed my life for the better.
But after Candace's win, American Idol fans seemed to go back to voting for white guys with guitars again. But Caleb Johnson did something that had never been seen in American Idol history before. Unfortunately, it did not help him become the rock star he thought he was. Caleb Johnson was determined to get on American Idol, auditioning 3 times in 4 years. But remember, Idol is reality TV at the end of the day, and the producers need a good story. Caleb came back with a rock star attitude, literally calling some of the other contestants pussies.
Just a bunch of...
Nah, I feel that, twin. I feel that. Like, sometimes you gotta be brutally honest. Like, all these niggas pussy. I'm really like that to gain that confidence. But let's be for real, gang. Who looks pussy, bro? Let's be for real. Like, who looks pussy? With your combo, I'm not even gonna roast you for real, gang. You got it. You got it, gang.
Caleb's remarks didn't fit the typical language used on American Idol, but for many this was a refreshing departure from the family-friendly vibes of most other promising contestants. People felt that he matched the archetype of the irreverent rock star, unable to filter his thoughts when he was passionate or cracking jokes. But on stage, one of the performances that sent him to the next level was his cover of Skyfall by Adele. It was a key moment that proved to the judges he was open to trying new things, as Skyfall was normally considered an effeminate cover that men stayed away from. When he reached the top 10, he performed Dazed and Confused by Led Zeppelin as he battled bronchitis, sinusitis, and a hemorrhaged vocal cord. Nothing was going to prevent Caleb from...
That's determination, though. Because me personally, I don't know if I'm still performing if I have all that. That's a threefer. And already with the messed up vocal cords, gang, I would have been in a bed somewhere. Not saying I would give up on my dream, but like, nigga, like your body's literally fighting you. Like, you literally can't do it if you wanted to. You feel me? So you push through that shit. Like, most people wouldn't. And I'm one of those people. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't risk my body failing on me just because I want to do this that bad. Now, granted, you gotta do what you gotta do to achieve that dream. But like, you can't do that if your body's destroyed, for real. But I get it for sure. I get it for sure.
Achieving his goal, and on top of that, people loved his authenticity.
Stay true to what I said from the beginning. I really just wanted to stay on my path. I'll just tell a future Caleb, have fun.
Why his voice so deep? Damn, that nigga voice deep as hell. Yo, I was not expecting his, like, even though we just heard his voice earlier, but like, for some reason his voice sounds totally different here. Like, what? Deep ass voice, gang. Damn.
That passion, that drive alive, and stay true to who you are.
It looked like his path to victory was basically guaranteed. However, his reckless words got him in hot waters. During the top 5 elimination red carpet interview, Caleb used a harsh term to describe the people online that demanded what songs he should sing.
Has your opinion of social media changed since being on American Idol?
Yeah, it gives access to a bunch of to talk to me, and I don't
You can't say that on live TV. What? He said, what? And he see why his career ended fast. Especially back, like, yeah, everything was a little more edgy back then, but you still couldn't say the R word, because I don't want to say it in this video, because I don't want to offend anybody. But you can't say that on TV, especially back then. Bro, you get out of there, gang. What are we saying? And I bet his career went downhill after this.
Really enjoy having to see somebody tell me what song I need to sing.
While this might have been a small slip on other forms of reality TV, the derogatory term on a show like American Idol was a big mistake, and a lot of people felt like this would be the moment where he'd be voted off the show. Wow, I guess we'll say goodbye to him next week. Wow, this completely changes my perspective on him. Goodbye, Caleb. To save face and give context, Caleb was quick to give an apology letter to fans. For the record, that juvenile comment I made in the interview was not directed towards my fans, but to the wackos that send hundreds of hate messages a day to me. He wrote,
Come on, gang, you can't say something like that and start backtracking. I get your team was literally like, gang, you literally not gonna be in the competition if you don't put out an apology right now. But gang, stand on it, bruh. No, I get like owning up to your mistakes and shit, right? For sure. You should do that at any time you can. But gang, you know what you were saying. The interview knew what you were saying, right? So why are we backtracking now? I wasn't talking about my fans. I was talking about these knuckleheads that wanna be on my dick. Gang. Like, own up to that shit. What are we talking about? But I guess he had to go for PR. He had to save face.
are amazing, and I cannot thank you enough for your support. Sorry if it offended anybody. It was the wrong choice of words. Also, I greatly appreciate it when you guys give me song suggestions, but it gets really overwhelming at the volume it comes in. So please understand. Rock on. Luckily,
Nah, I do understand that for sure, yeah. But you don't go out your way and call them R words, you know? Because, yeah, bro, it will always be stressful. Imagine every day there's somebody in your comments, yo, sing this song, sing that song. Like, I want to sing the songs that I want to sing, you know? And then, at the same time, it's going to be a dilemma in your brain where it's like, if I don't sing these songs that these people are suggesting to me, am I going to lose those people? And to be honest, me personally, I think if somebody's going to leave because you not doing what they are requesting them to do, they never fucked with you in the first place, you know? So, I'm not going to lie, it's better, you better off without them. And I feel the same way about this, for real. If somebody only fucks with me for one thing I do, and then only request me to do that, and there's a possibility I will lose a subscriber or a fan because of it, gang, the door. Like, I don't need that type of energy over here, you know? I feel as if the people that actually support the content or the music you putting out would be there no matter if you doing covers or if you doing your own music or not, because they care for you. They care about what you putting out, you know? I consider the video, I ain't gonna lie, I yapped a little bit. This video, bruh, this video finna be like an hour 30 long, gang. God damn, and this video is only 25 minutes, bro. My fault. Let's finish this video off. I've been yapping way too much.
For Caleb, this was just a minor setback, and ultimately he won season 13 of American Idol. But unfortunately, this was the peak of his career, as the curse of winning flew all over the place and did a press run. Immediately after that, I flew back to LA and started working on the record. I wrote 12 or 13 songs. Out of those, we picked 8 to put on the record. We were really trying to push it and not have every song be a riff rock song. Every song would incorporate those elements but show different flavors. And not just that, but show my talent as a writer too. But things did not go as well as Caleb had hoped. His single Testify peaked at number 24, but sales of his debut album were devastatingly low, selling just 11,000 copies. He also announced plans to join a different record label after struggling to find support with Interscope, saying, "I want to get a deal with a new label that's actually going to support me. I want to find the right home and the right team of people that are going."
I'm not gonna lie, you fucked up signing with a label in general. I ain't gonna lie. Like, yeah, there are some labels that's there for the artists themselves, but let's be for real. Most of the time, the label they gotta get paid, So they were gonna squeeze you. Pause on this action, but they gonna squeeze you dry of all the talent you got, and then if you have no more value to them, put it on the shelf, like in Toy Story. I don't want to play with you anymore, and then whatever else talent they could squeeze out of you, they take you right back down. Labels don't care about you for the most part. Yeah, there will be a situation where you will find a label that actually cares about its artist more than the status that they could get from that artist. But let's be for real. In this type of industry, that's not really happening. Artists being put in 360s like crazy. Let's be for real. It's not happening. So him wanting to go from a label to another label, just be independent at that point, Because at that point, you're just going to keep on getting fucked by every label you go to then,
To get behind my music and really do something. What's the point of doing it if the label isn't going to do anything? From here, Caleb struggled for almost 2 years to get his career moving. He felt trapped by the show and even opened up about how the contracts he had to sign throughout the process kept him from exploring alternatives that would have helped him succeed. The show Idol got canceled on Fox like 2 years after I won, so all the contracts were null and void. The management company shut down, they went bankrupt, and I went like, hallelujah, and that was it. I was a new man. Despite that, Caleb has seen little success with his original music, as he sits at just 6,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. However, today he is currently touring with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, who often sell out arenas all over the country. He just seems to be happy that he escaped being attached to the reality TV show. After the ratings declined, American Idol was canceled by Fox in 2016, and then revived by ABC.
Oh, I was about to say, like I heard about some American Idol recently, but I didn't even know that they got canceled at one point. Damn. So if it got canceled, what was the point of reviving it?
2 years later with judges Luke Bryan, Lionel Richie, and Carrie Underwood. The ratings are relatively stable, but the show still has a lasting reputation for getting it wrong. It seems like it's better for American Idol contestants to be a runner-up rather than an actual winner. Non-winners like Clay Aiken, Chris Daughtry, Jennifer Hudson, Adam Lambert, and David Archuleta.
Jennifer Hudson was on American Idol. Wow. That's crazy. And she didn't win? And we all see how her career went now? King, at this point, these artists should just have the slow climb, then go on American Idol, because most of these artists seem like they don't even need it, I get wanting a shortcut, right? But if you was gonna get the recognition you deserve anyway, why not build it up, So it feels better when you there. You feel me?
have proven losing might actually be the best thing that can happen on American Idol. They are an underdog that compels the audience to support them harder. And maybe that's why American Idol feels cursed, because winning traps you in the spotlight the show created for you, but losing lets you step into the spotlight you create for yourself.
Nah, facts, Patrick. Oh God, bruh. Facts. Yeah, I agree. I agree with what Patrick was saying for real. I feel like this like the whole shit is rigged. It's just for entertainment game. And the fact that there was more successful careers from people that lost than people that won showed that this shit was a scam and rigged and not worth our time for real. Which at the end of the day, somebody's always gonna watch it. But the thing is, bro, I wish the best for all those people that did win and got fucked over by their labels or just didn't get able to get their opportunity right. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. If y'all want me to react to more things, comment down below what I should watch. If not, I got some videos that I have set up that I want to react to and just yap about with y'all real quick. Yeah, the video to Patrick's video is down below, and his channel is down below. So if you want to go watch it yourself, or watch any other video on his channel yourself, go ahead and go use the link down below. And yeah, like and subscribe if you haven't. Join the D-Money gang if you haven't. And I'm being serious. Like, recently, I'm not. We've been slowly climbing ever since I came back. We've been slowly climbing. So let's keep this ball rolling. And if I get the content, yeah, I just want y'all to give me the interaction. That's all I'm asking for. Turn your post notifications also, for sure. Because I'm telling you, I've been on a roll lately. I've been posting almost daily, you know? And y'all don't want to miss out on the content I have down the line. These 100 videos is going to be so fun and fire, and I hope y'all enjoy the series so far. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Show me all your love.